And good afternoon, everyone, as we are back for some Mariners baseball in this third game of this 3-game series against the Los Angeles Angels. And disappointingly, Mariners are coming off of a very disappointing finish yesterday where they had a 4-1 lead. And then it was all squandered up by giving up of home runs by Joe Adell and Mickey Moniak. And eventually the Mariners choked the big one in the bottom of the ninth inning. And hopefully this time the Mariners can redeem themselves. And it does seem that at this point, it seems that the division seems to be out of reach because now Houston's more than back in their winning ways. They have won 4 in a row. That puts the Mariners at 5 games back from the division. But the good news is there is still opportunities with the wild card because it looks like teams are losing in the wild card. Kansas City is now losing all of a sudden. Minnesota has lost. They lost yesterday. So if the Mariners win and Minnesota loses per se, then maybe the Mariners will be down by 3 games. So let's look at the standings right now. The Tigers are on the verge of defeating the Red Sox. Looks like the Royals are kind of trying to come back. They're down 4-2 right now. Let's see who else. Blue Jays are now defeating the Twins so far here in the bottom of the 7th inning. So there is opportunities still to be salvageable. But unfortunately, it just seems that the division is just completely out of reach at this time. Excuse me. I just had a nice little soup. It was a really nice hot Korean soup. It's called sulatang. You guys really should have one. It's really good. But here's what we have for the starting rotation. Or let's look at the starters today. It's going to be Caden Dana versus Bryce Miller. And Caden Dana is actually going to be a good one. He is 9-7 with a 2.52 ERA. So if any Mariners are dreaming of having their offensive bat going, they best leave their dreams at home because it looks like the Mariners aren't going to be really doing much against Caden Dana. But that could be last year's numbers too. Now I'm just checking to see what his numbers are. I think those are just minor league numbers. So it looks like this may be his major league debut. So never mind. Your favorite is Yukke Jung. I gotta look that up. I don't think I've had Yukke Jung, but sulatang is my most all-time favorite Korean soup, and I think it should get as much attention. Oh, I see. You like that spicy stuff. Not a really big fan of it, but if I was actually sick with a fever, or if I had COVID or whatever, I would totally jump into that soup, like as if I'm swimming in it. Yeah, for sure. Really good soup, by the way. Julio in his last 3 games, 6 hits, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, and 4 runs, only 1 strikeout in 14 plate appearances. So he has actually really stepped up very well. Now, as for the starting lineups, we've got Victor Robles is leading off, who has earned the leadoff spot, but I still think he should be bottom of the lineup. Maybe put like a Josh Rojas or Leo Rivas as leadoff hitters. Then you've got Julio Rodriguez, Cal Raleigh, Randy Arozarena, Jorge Polanco, Luke Raley, who's finally back in the starting lineup, Mitch Haniger, and Josh Rojas, and Leo Rivas. Notable call-ups today were Jonathan Diaz and Edward Bizardo, which I have huge amount of questions on that. I would wonder if that was more of a Jerry DePoto move, but I think it was a terrible move because Bizardo's been awful, and Diaz can't really see him doing much for the Mariners this season, especially with this pivotal drive in September, which Mariners are going to need to have a good run towards the end of the season. And yeah, the Mariners are going to have to figure it out because I just don't think that they can. I wouldn't be riding with September with that. I think they need some more. I know the bullpen's terrible, but I would want to see how Cole Young is doing just to see if JP Crawford may not be the guy anymore if Cole Young does any better, because JP Crawford has just been an absolute disappointment this entire season, and he really does look lost. He really did look lost. And Dana's going to be making his major league debut, as it looks. So it's going to be a tough matchup. Bryce Miller pitching today, 143 strikeouts in 33 walks, but he is very home run prone. So the Mariners are going to have to find a way to sustain themselves against Taylor Ward, Zach Neto, Shanuel, Joe Adell and Mickey Moniak. So they're going to have to figure out ways to get around those guys. Got 4 people so far. Like the engagement so far. And if in case you haven't done so, hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Join my membership for just $5 a month. Hello, Sarah Gomez. How's it going? Use that promo code RoofTopSports for SeatGeek and donate to RoofTopSports on the YouTube Super Chats or PayPal or Venmo. And as you can see in the bottom ticker, those are the information that is available. So once you do get the opportunity, donate to this channel or subscribe or join the membership for just $5 a month. The benefits of the membership is you get exclusive access to some of my emojis, and you get early access to Mariners nostalgia videos or any kind of videos that are coming out. And also, you get opportunities to look at my exclusive like softball content and even fantasy football content. Sarah says, you're an Angels fan, but always like checking out other teams' fans versus when people are live. I do appreciate that. And I'm pretty sure you may know of a notable YouTuber in the Angels community. I'm trying to remember what his name was. I think it's Halos in the Outfield. I think that's his name. So if you know who Halos in the Outfield is, let me know. Because I actually tried to get a show with him, but, just didn't respond, I guess. Or maybe it's called Halos in the Infield. They have about 1,000 subscribers, so I'm sure you've came across Halos in the Infield by now. Yep, that's the one. Halos in the Infield. Yeah, what's your feedback on them? Yeah, I'm sure you have been on that show a good amount. I've tried to get him on my show, see if he would be a part of I just lost my train of thought. Be a part of my live shows. And I should probably put on my Mariners hat because my hair looks all messy. So there it is. But yeah, Angels, some of my memories with the Angels 2002. My father's a Giants fan, so I was cheering for the Giants. And as you know, Angels blew like a 4-0 lead after a Barry Bonds home run, a Sean Dunston home run. And then the rally was led by Scott Spezio, Darren Erstad, and Troy Gloss with that 2-run double or something like that. Gave them the lead, and they won Game 7. Angels made that improbable comeback after being down 3-2 in the series, and they came back and won. One of the other significant moments was watching Darren Baker cry and Dusty Baker was consoling with them. They are good. They know their stuff, but overall, our fan base is very smart and diverse with opinions with similar goals. Well, you should get to know Mariner fans there. Some of the fans I've gotten to know are very questionable. Some I wonder if they just jumped on the team since 2022 and they're calling me a bandwagon fan because I simply just don't agree with them. It's crazy to think that this Mariners lineup is 2 of their best batting averages are owned by Victor Robles with 275 and Leo Rivas with 270. And it looks like I will be having Ian join the show in a few moments. My friend Ian, who helps me with play-by-plays as well, as we got Caden Dana in this season with the Rocket City. He was in Double-A. Now he's making his Major League debut. You have bad news. This pitcher you are going to be calling new Jared Weaver for the first time as number 36, and he has that Jared Weaver hairdo too. So it looks like that's something to be nervous about. Mariners really had their best opportunity. They really did. They had their best opportunity yesterday to win that game. And then maybe this one could have been a throwaway game, I guess. But it looks like Caden Dana may be a force to be reckoned with. And now here is the pitch by Victor Robles. And that's going to be low for a ball. That was a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. So it looks like he's got a really good fastball. Batting 275, 4 home runs is Victor Robles, the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to right field. Joe Adell is going to be there. And he makes the catch, and that's going to be an out. It's good to know, Sarah Gomez. I really do appreciate the heads up about the Angels. New pitcher, Caden Dana. Now here is Julio Rodriguez up to the plate. Julio Rodriguez has been on fire in the last week. See if he can continue this. The pitch And that is a liner and foul. You like the aggressiveness out of Julio Rodriguez on that one. You will be your Angels info person for today. I appreciate that. The pitch. And how long have you been an Angels fan? Like, I remember watching the Angels starting in 2000 was when I started watching the Mariners since the 2000 season. I was born in 92. For some reason in the 90s, I just couldn't get into Mariners baseball yet. I guess it was just too big for me. And now here's the pitch. Oh, inside. That nearly got Julio in the head. But yeah, when I spent most of the 90s watching Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, and then when 2000 hit, the new millennium happened, that's when I got into Mariners baseball because I guess my brain was ready finally. When I was a kid, my brain was not ready for anything. The pitch, the only thing it was ready for just stupid cartoons like Cow and Chicken, Powerpuff Girls, Johnny Bravo, Scooby-Doo, Batman, Hey Arnold. And now the 2-2 pitch. And now here's a fly ball to right field, and Joe Adele is going to be there. And he makes the catch, and that's going to be 2 down. So you grew up mostly in the late Vladimir era and the beginning of the Trout era. Flick of the switch. What's wrong with Powerpuff Girls? A lot of men actually watched that show. They had to keep it a secret when they were kids. And plus, my favorite character wasn't even any of those 3 girls. It was Mojo Jojo. And now the pitch to Cal Raleigh. And that is outside for a ball. Cal Raleigh with a 1-0 count so far. He's batting .205 with 27 home runs and 80 RBIs. And now here's the pitch. And that is outside for ball. Then flick of the switch. Who was your favorite? And who do you think my favorite character was? And if you know who these characters are, then that means you've watched it too. So don't hide like that. The pitch. And that's a swing and a miss. A lot of boys watched Powerpuff Girls. No man has ever watched that show. She-Ra. See, you know this show. And now the pitch. And that is low for a ball again. Most Angels prospects are actually technically graduated since they've been rushed on purpose, meaning most media think Angels are trash. I mean, I don't think they're trash. I mean, yeah, they are, but they have prospects to look forward to. Now the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. First strikeout to Caden Dana. And that is going to retire the side. We go to the bottom of the first. No score. No hits been done. Oh, Steven, I like that twist of yours. You're saying that only boys watch Powerpuff Girls, but no man has ever watched that show. I mean, there's probably men that were born in the 90s still probably watching that show for the sake of nostalgia. I mean, other shows back then were, I remember Cow and Chicken, except Cow and Chicken. I watched that show again like a few days ago. It was so freaking cringe. I'm like, how is that show even enjoyable? Yep, you watched the Thundercats and the Justice League. Yep, so you're around that era. You've had to watch Scooby-Doo. I never watched Sailor Moon. I never got into it. You watched the Jetsons, Flick of the Switch. I assume you did. Scooby-Doo, Flick of the Flintstones. But once it got to 2000, once it got to like, so my Cartoon Network years were about 1996 until like 1999-ish. And then once 1998 happened, I started watching more Nickelodeon, like Keenan and Kel. I actually watched that at a very young age. There was Hey Arnold, Rugrats, Wild Thornberries. I really like the Wild Thornberries. Hey, I like Looney Tunes, and my favorite character out of all of them on Looney Tunes was Daffy Duck. You're despicable. Dexter's Laboratory was all right, yeah. I always liked it when it was like Dexter versus Mandark, or shall I say Mandork, and Mandark had the biggest crush on Dee Dee. Doug, Rugrats, Salute Your Shorts. Oh, 40, don't get me started. I'm 32 and it hurts. Doug was a good show too. I liked how Doug was able to stand up for for himself against Roger. And Roger was the definition of insecure. He was the most insecure bully out of all of them, I think, out of all Nickelodeon shows, with the exception of probably Helga. But at least you knew Helga's story arc. The pitch, inside for a ball. And the show that, if you guys are parents, the show to absolutely not show is Caillou. Do not show that. Horrible show. Also, I grew up with Arthur, too, and there's, like, Dragon Tales. Roger was a dickhead, yeah, but he was very... And don't forget Space Ghost, flick of the switch. And we got a 1-0 on Taylor Ward, and now here's the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to deep left center field. Julio is there. Is he there? And does he make the catch? I believe... No, he does not make the catch, and I think that's going to be a home run. That's a home run by Taylor Ward, and now the Angels lead it 1-0. And must I say, here we go again. Why did I even cover this game on basically on just 2 pitches? I thought Julio was going to for sure have that one. Barely missed it. Patty Mayonnaise, yeah, the big crush that Doug had. Did Doug even get Patty? And now here is the pitch. Up high for a ball. Don't forget Cat Dog. Speed Racer was good. Oh, thanks for admitting what year we were born. And now we're looking at the 1-0 for Zach Neto. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a 2-0. So if you were 69, then Scooby-Doo, the Jetsons. Tell me, what was your experience like watching Star Wars in 1977? I want to know about that. It must have been a much different experience. I never saw Angry Beavers. And now here is the pitch. And that is in the middle for a strike. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We got some work to do now. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We got some work to do now. Come on, Scooby-Doo, I see you. The pitch is inside for a ball. As we're looking at a 3-1. So obviously, Angry Beavers, I never saw it. That's the thing. Don't forget I Am Weasel, the 3-1. And that's going to be ball 4, take your base. And this is going to be a long game, as you can tell. Like, I'm already expecting a disastrous game already. Despite the stuff that Bryce Miller has, he relies on his fastball way too much. Seven pitches in and not even one out. And now here is Nolan Shanuel, one of the high prospects. And the throw to first, and it is not in time. But no, seriously, flick of the switch. Tell me your experience about Star Wars when you were about an 8-year-old kid. As we are looking at Nolan Shanuel, 0 for 3 versus Bryce Miller. And now the pitch. And now here is a fly ball belted to center field. And Julio is there, and he makes the catch. And that's going to be 1 down. Nope. This is the problem with the Mariners starters. Yes, they don't walk very much, but they also make it up with giving up home runs. I'd actually trade 10 of those home runs for walks. Yep, flick of the switch. You're saying it was groundbreaking, wasn't it? And now here is Anthony Rendon up to the plate. And now here's the pitch. And that is a strike. I mean, flick of the switch, you've also had to watch Looney Tunes, obviously. My favorite character, I know I said, was Daffy Duck. Now we're looking at the 0-1 for Rendon. And now here is the pitch. And that is going to be outside again, outside for a ball. It's going to be a 1-1. 1-1 count so far. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be a strike this time. It's going to be a 1-2 count. Astros are up 4-2 in the bottom of the 8th. Tigers have beaten the Red Sox, and the throw to first, and it's not in time. Blue Jays are now tied with the Twins right now. They're in the top of the 8th inning. And now the pitch. Inside for a ball, 2-2. You're not a bug. You're a Bugs Bunny fan. The old school stuff, not that crap that came out in the 60s. So even the stuff that came out in the 60s was considered crap. Did you ever watch Superman 1940s? Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman. The pitch. And that is popped up, and that should be playable. Polanco is there. And he makes the catch. Maybe he should have dropped it on purpose to do a double play. Yeah, pretty high standards, Flick. I guess stuff that came out in the 60s wasn't as good. Did anyone grow up with Looney Tunes? Not Looney Tunes, Tiny Toons from the 90s and Nickelodeon? Wonder how that got over to Nickelodeon rather than Cartoon Network. And now the pitch. And that is a strike. There are a chance of reports that Pilar may be interested to re-sign with the Angels next season, huh? Kevin Pilar. And now we're looking at the 0-1. And now here's a fly ball to center field. Julio is running, and he makes the catch, and that's going to retire the side. With the exception of, well, shall I say, what a disastrous first inning because of the home run given up by Bryce Miller to Taylor Ward. And give me a breather because I need a breather. SeatGeek is a mobile ticketing app for sporting events, concerts, and other events. They make the buying experience easier by the app ranking each ticket from 0 to 10 to see if you are getting a good deal, and you can see exactly where you are sitting. I regularly use that app, and I have had nothing but a fantastic experience with SeatGeek. Use my promo code RoofTopSports to get $20 off of your first purchase. Link to the code, app, and website will be in the description, so take advantage, and thank you. Use that promo code RoofTopSports to get your $20 off. And flicking the switch. Do you like my ticker this time rather than this that I used to do? Remember I was using this? See, I made it a little bit smaller, okay? Houston about to sweep KC? Yeah, they are. Unfortunately so. Cardinals are beating the Yankees, but I don't think that really amounts to anything. Astros have men on first and second with no outs, so that game's probably over. Now it's going to be all up on the wild card at this point. Kansas City really was a fraud. Now they're talking about brain scanning and like environment commercials. So going back, Sarah Gomez, I'm sorry that the whole Mike Trout era didn't really work out, along with Vlad Guerrero, although you guys did have a little bit of a run. At least you guys were somewhat respectable. I mean, couldn't be any less respectable than the Mariners. Sarah Gomez says, you feel bad for Mariners fan. Before this, he said that Toronto Mariners, White Sox were going to have big issues of the future. Well, they do now. Now here's a ground ball right to Rendon. And now you got one out already. Since when did the Angels turn into the 27 Yankees only against us? I mean, it's the Mariners' wrongdoing, isn't it? And don't forget Oakland. They may become the 1989 Oakland A's at this rate. As we got Jorge Polanco up to the plate. Here we are in the top of the second inning. Mariners are down 1-0. And now here is the pitch. And that is a strike. Many fans are not giving up on Trout. His stats are fine. His injury is just brutal. Trout may lower his weight. He's going to have to. The pitch. I mean, look what Griffey did. Griffey kept gaining weight for the rest of his career after he left Seattle. But yeah, Mike Trout, if he's healthy, then Angels could at least be somewhat relevant. And now the pitch, and that is popped up and fouled. As we are looking at an 0-2 count on Jorge Polanco. Now we're looking at the 0-2 pitch. And now here it is. And that is outside for a ball. It's going to be a 1-2 count this time. Yankees actually hate visiting Angels as well, huh? And now we are looking at the 1-2 to Polanco, and now the pitch. And that is a foul ball. I think 2002 Yankees would agree with you, Sarah Gomez, especially when the Angels defeated, surprisingly, the New York Yankees in the American League Division Series led by Troy Glaus. I don't know if you were around at the time when that happened. The 1-2. Now here's a line drive, actually a ground ball to second base, and that will be in time. Next up to the plate, it's going to be Luke Raley. So you're born in 2004, so you were a baby when Vladimir Guerrero, and flick of the switch, you really spoiled it for me. And now here's the pitch, and that is outside for a ball. It looks like my feed is very much behind, but I will react to this play anyway. And now here is the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to deep right center field. Forget about that one. That is gone. And the Mariners have just tied this game at 1-1 with a solo shot by Luke Raley. And that thing was absolutely nuked. What a hit. And now this ball game is tied. And immediately the Mariners are back in business. Wonder how behind I am on this feed. Yeah, I'm very behind, but there's nothing much I can really do about it. 437 feet. What a shot. That is now home run number 17. And Sarah, I'm afraid to say it, but I hope not, because I need the Mariners to win. I mean, you guys can compete next year, right? Because I'm sure you guys, I would think that you guys could be a sleeper team. And now here is the pitch, and that is low for a ball. That is a 1-0 count for Mitch Haniger. Good to see the Mariners tie this game on a Nuke Raley home run. And now here is the 1-0. Now here's a ground ball right to the shortstop, throw to first, and that is in time. And that was a very clutch hit by Luke Raley to get a 2-out home run to tie this ball game. But yeah, Sarah, I agree with you. Like, never would downplay the Angels. They do have talent. I mean, they do tend to put up some good players. It's just they just tend to screw it up with Artie Moreno. Like, if Artie Moreno's willing to sell that team to a more competent owner, which I would hope the Mariners do, and that's the thing. It seems that majority of the division is very plagued with bad ownership. Angels, Artie Moreno. Mariners, John Stanton. Oakland A's, soon to be the Sacramento A's, John Fisher. The only good owners are from Texas and the Astros. They have really good ownership. But Mariners ownership, Angels ownership. I mean, I could use Artie Moreno's checkbook, though. They're talking about the F-150 or the Ford Bronco. Houston's up 7-2, so it looks like the division's going to have to be forgotten about. But it's going to be about the wild card, I guess, at this point. I mean, Mariners have 3 chances or 3 spots to get in the wild card rather than 1 spot. Mariners are 4.5 games back. So if they... I mean, Baltimore is going to be a long ways out. So it's really Kansas City and Minnesota are the ones with an actual chance. Unfortunately so. But Boston losing can help a little bit. Now it's about, can you pass Minnesota or Kansas City? Joe Adele's issue is trying was trying to do a huge step, making him miss. They gave him instead toe tap like Ohtani. Same for Mickey. So yeah, Angels do have promising young players, so they are not to be downplayed. Now here's the pitch. And this time it's a strike. Mickey Moniak, the hero from yesterday, hit 2 home runs. He's hit 3 in the past 3 games. 2 games, shall I say. And now here's the 0-1 to Moniak. And that is low for a ball. Looks like Bryce Miller's trying to pitch around him. And now we're looking at the 1-1 so far. And now here's the pitch. And that is up high for a ball. That's going to be a 2-1 count on Mickey Moniak. He's batting .286, 3 home runs and 5 RBIs against the Mariners as of late. Now we're looking at the 2-1. And now here is the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 2. They are both similar players by a lot. Mickey likes barrel center. Adele likes down below. You really do know your stuff, Sarah, don't you? Now here's the 2-2. And that is going to be popped up to left field. And Rojas is there. And he makes the catch. And that is going to be 1 down. And Sarah, tell your friends about a Mariners YouTuber called RoofTopSports. Like to get some Angels people in here too. Like, I welcome Astro fans, Oakland fans, Texas Rangers fans, and now Angels fans. I like Angels fans. Well, I've only gotten to know a few. That's why I am told I'm one of the smartest Angels infield when I join. I see. I guess we'll chat together sometime there. Now here's Brandon Drury, and that is a strike. 0-1 count on Brandon Drury. Batting .157 with 3 home runs this season. Been dealing with mostly injuries. 1 for 5 versus Miller. And now here's the 0-1. And that is a strike. And that's going to be a 0-2 count. Drury against the Mariners. 188, 1 home run, and 3 RBIs. Not many Angels fans care about other teams. They focus on their team to win usually. And now we're looking at the 0-2 for Brandon Drury. And now the pitch. And that is low for a ball. That's going to be a 1-2 count. Brandon Drury has hit 2 home runs in his last 5 games. As we're looking at the 1-2 for Brandon Drury. And now the pitch. Inside for a ball. You know that was nothing doing. As we are looking at the 2-2 count so far on Drury. And now here is the 2-2 pitch. And now here's a line drive, and that is going to be a base hit right up the middle. Picked up by Julio Rodriguez, and Drury gets in there with a 1-out single. And by the way, today is my 54th appearance this season. I'm on pace for 68 right now, hoping to maybe get to 70. My 54th show this season. Clearly surpassed last season. And we're looking at the next pitch to Matt, and a swing and a miss down the middle, and that's going to be a strike. Around the score, looks like the Astros are on the verge of sweeping the Royals, so it really does seem like the division could be well out of reach for the Mariners, especially if they lose today. They'll be 6 games back, so they got to win today to at least not make it a net negative since Dan Wilson has joined. As much as the Mariners have been hanging on with a 5-3 record, Astros just been happy to do it more. They've just been really hot. Angels fans are done with media from the organization top and fans below. We want to stay hidden so that when we're good like the Angels, media will cope. Even with players like Trout know this. Interesting. I mean, Mariners media in comparison, we have a pretty toxic media ourselves. They go out of their way to protect. They go out of their way to protect the team of any kind of PR by making up all these excuses for them. 2-1, and that's going to be a foul ball, and that is going to be strike 2. And that is strike 3 called, and we've got 2 outs as Bryce Miller gets a strikeout, and I believe that's his first one. Now here is Joe Adell up to the plate. One of the killers of the Mariners has been this season. And now here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. And that's going to be a 1-0 count on Joe Adell. We're looking at the 1-0 pitch so far for Joe Adell. He's 0 for 4 against Bryce Miller. And now here is the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. And that's going to be a 1-1 count. Yeah, Mariners are trying to get around Joe Adell. I have noticed that. They should probably do the same thing to Mickey Moniak. And now we're looking at the 1-1 in the pitch. And that is outside for a ball. And you can tell, yeah, you're right, Sarah. They are definitely pitching around him. As we are looking at the 2-1 so far. And now here is going to be the 2-1 for Joe Adell. And the pitch. And that is strike 2. And Bryce Miller is doing an excellent job pitching around him. Adell does strike out a lot, but so does he hit home runs. He has 20 this season. Steven Lindbergh is right. It is all propaganda. Like Seattle Sports is very propaganda. Root Sports is the definition of Mariners propaganda. As we are looking at the 2-2 for Joe Adell. And now the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to left field, and Rosarena is there, and he makes the catch, and that will retire the side. The Mariners get out of it. They are now going to the top of the 3rd inning. It is still 1-1. SoFi is an online bank and a personal financing company offering financial diverse products. They hold the naming rights to the home of the Los Angeles Rams and the Los Angeles Chargers, named SoFi Stadium. They offer amazing checking and savings accounts where you can get up to 4.6% on savings accounts. There are no monthly fees to maintain the accounts, and they have over 55,000 no-fee ATMs around the United States. You even have access to a budgeting program, stock trading, and insurance programs. Join SoFi and get $25 for joining and or $25 for opening a stock trading account. Links are available in the description. And thank you. And lastly, I am not a financial advisor, so either find a professional financial advisor or go with your own gut. Yep, go with your own gut. Do not use me as a financial advisor, especially for stock market situations, because we all know those are dicey situations. Commercial is still on the play. I mean, I'll take something like that, Sarah. He also told stories and theories why Shohei Ohtani wanted to be here. Do you mean Shohei Ohtani signing with the Angels, or do you mean when he was leaving for LA Dodgers and he wanted to maybe stay? Like, tell me more about that. Now here's Josh Rojas, and that is a strike. Like, was it when he joined in 2018? And now here's the pitch, and that is low for a ball, 1-1. Roster moves. Jonathan Diaz got called up from AAA, and Edward Bizardo. Not exactly ideal moves. Now here's the pitch. Up high for a ball, 2-1 for Josh Rojas. He has 84 hits this season. And now the pitch. And a swing and a miss, and that is going to be strike 2. I wonder if the Mariners even gave him a tour to T-Mobile Park. Now the 2-2 so far. And here is the pitch. Now here is a line drive, and that is going to be a base hit, and that is going to be a ground rule double for Josh Rojas. And now we got a man on second base with nobody out so far. And that is up high for a ball. And this is Leo Rivas up to the plate. Leo Rivas, who's been playing very well since being recalled about a month ago, as he has a 1-0 count so far, batting .270 with 8 RBIs. And the pitch inside for a ball, way inside, and that's going to be a 2-0 count. .333 with runners in scoring position. And now the pitch to Rivas. Now here's a ground ball right to first base. Wonder if Josh Rojas is going to go to third base on that one. Yep, he will. So I would, at least at this point, whoever's up to bat, Victor Robles, I would definitely drop down a bunt. Just drop a bunt and just let it sail, and then Josh Rojas will score, especially with the runner in scoring position. Take the runs that you can. And it's not like you're going to get anything else more, because you're more of a slap hitter. And here's Victor Robles, 0 for 1 with a flyout in the first. And my feed is really slow. This is why I hate the internet. Seriously? Now I don't even know what's going on. And now he goes to right field, and Adele makes the catch. Tagging at third is Josh Rojas, and the Mariners will take a 2-1 lead on a sacrifice fly by Victor Robles. Oh, inside that, nearly got Julio again. That's going to be a 1-0 count. And now here's the 1-0. And that is a strike, and that was his pitch right there. Go around the score so far. Minnesota is now taking a 4-3 lead, so maybe this is going to be a net break even for the Mariners. The pitch, and that is going to be inside for a ball, 2-1. And I'm going to tune into that Toronto Blue Jays game. Julio has 116 hits this season, leading the team. Now the pitch. And here's a ground ball foul. That's going to be strike 2. And now the pitch. Now here's a ground ball right to the shortstop, throw to first, and that is in time. But the Mariners get another run to make it 2-1 their lead, but definitely not enough. We go to the next inning of the bottom of the third. Mariners lead it 2-1. You're driving?
Yeah, I am. I'm going all the way over to my next job in Montana this week, but I can tune in for a while.
I guess so. So you're driving to Montana? That's what it is?
Yeah, we got a project out in Billings.
So basically, you're my radio personality.
Yeah, pretty much.
I like that. I'm providing a service for someone.
Hey, man, anything you can do. Yeah, I don't know. It's been an interesting game so far, and last night, it's kind of upsetting, but, pitchers are going to eventually have a bad night, but it's another thing to watch our bullpen not be able to hold the lead and then not muster up more than 4 runs. Another disappointment.
Very much. And the sad thing is, even if the Mariners win today, it's going to be a break-even day because Minnesota may be on the verge of winning.
Yeah.
And Houston has already won.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to happen. It's just a shame that Service blew so many games that we're down to this point where you just can't break even, unfortunately.
Yeah, break even is going to be the best they can do. Or better yet, had they won yesterday, maybe it wouldn't have been such much of a break even because Minnesota, I believe, lost last night.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been, but, oh well. You can't win them all, and we're just another game of baseball. I really don't know what to say about it, except hopefully we see some better fireworks this week. I mean, we need to sweep the A's now. There's no
excuse.
Yeah.
And Cardinals is not going to be any easier because I think they've only won 1 game in St. Louis in their history.
Yep. The Cardinals are beating the Yankees today, so I mean, if they can beat the Yankees, then they're probably going to beat us. So,
yeah.
But
and now the pitch to the hitter from Bryce Miller. That's going to be a strike 1. I'm also glancing over the Twins game as well because that's going to be very critical. Miller with 36 pitches so far and the 0-1. And that is a strike. And you can tell that Bryce Miller is pitching around Taylor Ward. Looks like the Mariners are trying to pitch a little bit differently than they did yesterday because Brian Wu left a lot of those hanging.
He did, unfortunately.
And now we're looking at the 0-2 from Taylor Ward, or to Taylor Ward, the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. Nasty pitch by Bryce Miller. And we've got 1 out. And on to the Blue Jays. It is the top of the 9th inning, so this is their last shot to help the Mariners at least give them an opportunity to pick up a game. Beautiful pitch by Bryce Miller. And now here is going to be the next hitter. And I think this is Zach Neto. And now here is the pitch. And that was right down the middle, and that was a strike, and that was his pitch right there. Miller was gifting you one. I guess he gifts himself a strike. And also, strike 3 called for the Blue Jays, and that's going to be 1 out.
Big out.
And now the 0-1 pitch. And that is going to be a ball, 1-1. Blue Jays are down to just 2 outs left.
Yeah.
And Zach Neto is awaiting. And now here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 2. Zach Neto really does feast on lefties, but not only doesn't do so much against the righties. And looks like strike 2 has been called on the Blue Jays. Or it's actually a 1-1 count on them. As we're looking at the 1-2 from Bryce Miller. And now here is the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Strike 3, and that's going to be 2 outs.
Like to see it.
42 pitches so far, 3 strikeouts for Bryce Miller. Steven Lindbergh says, we will be able to hold leads now that they had brought up Diaz and Bazardo, LFG. I'm sure that's very sarcastic. Now here's Nolan Shanuel. Now the pitch. Oh, looks like a Blue Jay player got hit. So there's a man on first base. So the lead run is now at the plate.
It's good.
Now Nolan Shanuel is awaiting. And the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Munoz pissed me off yesterday blowing the lead, the tie game.
He did.
He's that's a setup role he blew right there too. That wasn't even a closer role.
No, it was not. And looks like we got a... Yep, that's an out. That was basically a glorified sacrifice bunt. Now the Blue Jays are down to their final out with a man on second base. Nolan Shanuel only one home run in his last 28 games, so he hasn't really been hitting home runs well. And now here's the pitch. Inside for a ball, 3-1. Bryce Miller's really trying to pitch around this team.
And the Angels scary, you know. Angels offense just a real scary thing.
They actually do have potential. And if I were the Blue Jays coach, by the way, I'd do a challenge call because that was a close play at first. And now the pitch. And that, strike two. Shanuel was trying to walk. And looks like there's a challenge possibly going on. Yes, there is. Pleading a case that Blue Jays should be safe.
That's big if they get it.
3-2 for Nolan Shanuel. He is tough to strike out against. And we're looking at the 3-2. And now here's the pitch. And that's a ground ball foul. They're still conversing at the Blue Jays game so far. I think he is going to call him out still. I think the call's still going to stand.
Not close enough for tie goes to the runner?
Nope. Just barely. And the pitch. And that is popped up, and could that be playable? Runner is out on first base, so the Blue Jays are down to their final out. Call stands.
Well, it's not a good thing, but oh well.
Yeah.
Who's up to bat?
I think it's Clement. He is 2 for 4. And we're looking at the 3-2 for Shanuel. And now the pitch. And that is ball 4, take your base. And Nolan Shanuel will get on base with a walk with 2 outs. After Clement, it will be Hurwitz. And Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is not even playing in this game. So I think that explains why Blue Jays are losing.
Do they have Springer in the lineup?
Not even. They just threw this game away.
Probably didn't want it.
They didn't want it for the Mariners.
No.
And here's Anthony Rendon. And the pitch. Outside for a ball.
Rendon's an interesting story. That man is maybe the biggest bum in baseball after what he said and how he plays.
Yeah, I don't really care about baseball. I'm just here to collect a paycheck.
Yeah, that was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
When teams get fancy with Rendon, he just gets walked.
Yeah.
I guess there's a point. And we're looking at the 1-2 for the Blue Jays as Cal Raleigh's talking to Bryce Miller. And now here's the pitch. And that is low for a ball, 2-2.
Throwing too many balls in the last 2 games.
I guess so. Mariners bullpen is 12th in the league.
12th?
Yep.
That's not very good, actually, the more you think about it.
It really isn't. The 1-0. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. That's going to be a 1-1. And now here's a 2-2 for the Blue Jays. And that, I think, is going to be popped up, and the Twins are going to win. So if the Mariners win, it's going to be a break-even day for them.
Hey, might as well break even. It's better than nothing.
I don't like break-evens. I like profits.
No,
I like record profits.
I mean, I'd rather break even than lose.
I mean, that's, yeah, self-explanatory, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, especially when we're 5 games back already, I'd rather not be down anymore.
Yeah, which is why Mariners, unfortunately, have to win out.
Yep.
And now the 2-1 pitch. And that is foul ball, strike 2.
Rendon 2-2 count. That's good.
Two. Miller's at 54 pitches, so I think it's going to be a bullpen day soon after.
Oh, I'm sure.
The 2-2. 3-2. Because Miller's been trying to pitch around these guys, but he doesn't really have to pitch around Rendon.
No, and his pitch count's too high. I mean, and I don't know. I mean, you might as well work the bullpen because it doesn't matter at this point anyways today.
And the 3-2 pitch. And that's fouled again. And they're really putting work on Bryce Miller. I mean, with the bullpen, I mean, I don't think you're going to have JT Chargois available today. Saucedo's going to be available, but you can't depend on him. Munoz pitched yesterday.
I wouldn't throw Sauce. Oh,
not in this
Munoz,
situation.
mostly just because I would throw Munoz today, depending on what it gets later in the game, just because
3-2.
He needs to work and he needs to prove.
And now here's a fly ball to deep left field, and Rosarena makes the catch. Just barely, and that is going to retire the side. And I thought Rendon was going to hit that out of there, but Rosarena caught it otherwise. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Mariners lead 2-1.
Yeah. I mean, I'd still throw Munoz.
Probably so. And let me take a breather on this one. Are you looking to optimize your office, studio, or man cave? The Glance LED ticker may be for you. It is a customizable LED display providing real-life sports scores, stock prices, crypto, the news, and even the weather. Use my promo code RoofTopSports to get 10% off the purchase, and thank you. You were saying?
Oh, I'd like to he's been so inconsistent recently. I think he needs to work, and I don't think we can afford to, because, I mean, I don't know if he's our closer or not yet. Like, Dan really hasn't decided who he's going to put as the permanent closer, and using him in a tie ball game in the 9th doesn't say to me that he's the closer. That just says to me that, say they had gotten him, they had gotten the out, and then they get there because they had already hit. I mean, I don't see it. I don't see why you'd burn him when in the 10th, if you get the lead, you're going to want to throw him. So it is what it is. And as far as the rest of our bullpen, I don't know who to use. I mean, Chargois has been the most consistent recently, and you can't use him today.
Garcia's gone. Spire's gone. All you're going to have is Diaz, Bizardo, so Mariners really are out of options.
Yep.
Colin Snyder's already been used.
And I'd rather not see Sauce get in there and sauce a couple home runs up.
Yeah, Sauce is not the same, and it seems that maybe he wasn't working so much on his game. He was all Twitch video gaming.
Hey, man, he's really good on that Twitch. You know, he watches streams. That's all he cares about.
Yep.
They need to get rid of the PlayStation they got in the dugout in the locker room and take away college football, because apparently they're too busy playing that than playing the real game of baseball.
Dude, college football's not even a good game to begin with anymore. It's still EA garbage.
Yeah, it's not what it should be, no. It's just Madden with college teams, basically.
Yeah, and everyone's like, oh, college football because it's not Madden. And now here is Cal Raleigh inside for a ball, and that is going to be a 1-0 count.
Cal. It'd be nice to see Cal go yard here.
Now here's the 1-0. And that is low, and that gets away, and that's going to be a 2-0 count. So Cal Raleigh's actually ahead of the account.
Yeah, I don't know if I like Cal Raleigh in the 3-0 counts because they give him the green light, and that man swings at some of the worst stuff I've ever seen with the green light.
He does swing quite a bit. We're looking at a 2-0 for Caden Dana from Caden Dana the pitch, and that is going to be a strike up the middle. And that's going to be a 2-1 count.
That's how you do it.
Cal Raleigh's awaiting, and now the 2-1. And that is going to be a 3-1 count. Dana over Rished. Ouch. What do you mean by that? And now the pitch. Oh, and that is ball 4, take your base. And also around the league, Yordan Alvarez had 2 home runs, and he has just been absolutely on fire.
Yeah, Jordan's a great hitter. I don't know what else to say about it. I don't think he's cheating, but who knows?
I mean, I'm not even concerned about the cheating. I mean, Mariners have been cheating themselves.
We've been cheating the fans by telling them to pay ticket prices and then putting this horrible group, as they call a team, out on the field for
As Randy Arozarena swung at a really horrible pitch, and that is going to be an 0-1. He swung one at the dirt. He grounded out last time.
Randy can play defense, but he can't hit worth crap.
Nope. And now the 0-1. And that's going to be low for a ball. That's going to be a 1-1 count. We're looking at 1-1. He had a 6-game hitting streak, and they got snapped last night. They even counted that. And now the 1-1. And that's going to be a strike, too. This umpire's strike zone's been really weird today. 1-2 for Randy Arozarena. 45 pitches for Dana. He's actually been on par. And the throw to first. And that is not in time. You don't expect Cal Raleigh to steal a base because he doesn't have the speed.
Trying to pick off Cal Raleigh is diabolical.
Yeah, it's not like he's going to steal anything anyway.
No.
But he's 5 or 6 in stolen bases this season. The pitch. And that is foul ball again. That's going to be 1-2 for Randy Arozarena.
I mean, he steals when he's got an open. It's like Pujols or Cabrera stealing at the end of their career. I mean, if the bag's open, he's going, but he's not going to take a jump on one.
No, he's not.
I'd take Ricky Henderson at age 60 over Cal Raleigh stealing a base.
1-2. And now ground ball foul. I mean, Mariners had Ricky Henderson in the 2000 season with 34 stolen bases.
Yeah, he had a great season, great steals. Yeah, it was pretty impressive.
Could have used him for 2001.
Yeah, well, I don't know why we didn't re-sign him, truthfully.
Because of Ichiro.
Yeah, but
1-2. Yeah, Ricky could have been useful as just something.
Off the bench would have been nice to even have him. He didn't need to play every day.
He didn't. He didn't really play every day either with the Mariners in 2000. And that's going to be popped up. And that is going to be caught by Shanuel. And now we got one out. Next up to the plate is going to be Jorge Polanco. Can't really expect him to do much. Mariners are now 5.5 games back from the division. So right now they're at Dan Wilson has led this team to a break even since he's been hired.
Well, I mean, that's better than Scott Service.
I guess so. And now the pitch. And that is a strike.
Might lose service here for a little bit, so if I do drop out, I'll join back in when I get it back.
All good. Don't worry about it. Especially on a road trip wouldn't surprise me.
Well, it's just that I'm going through the pass right now.
Now here's a double play ball. Throw to second, throw to first. And not in time, so Polanco makes it to first base on time.
That's one good thing he did, right? He beat out a throw.
He did. Slow clap. If that even warrants one.
Your after comments are so great. You just know exactly what to say when to say them.
Actually, here is, if I can find the slow clap. And that's the slow clap.
That's what it looked like on the field too. Scott Service.
And the Angels are challenging.
Oh. He did that. He would have been able to give a guy a pat on the back, and then be like, "Hey, I like that you ran that out. Thanks."
Looks like your signal's starting to die.
Yeah, probably.
They're still challenging the call. Still conversing. And that is overturned, so that is going to be a double play. And that is going to retire the side. No surprise there. And we go to the next inning. And I need a breather.
Modern Exterior Solutions is a fully licensed and insured full-service exterior renovations company serving Seattle and East Side communities. We know that a home is one of your most important possessions. That's why we're committed to providing high-quality, affordable home renovations for each customer's individual budget. We're diverse enough to meet the challenges of any project you put in front of us. Our workmanship minimizes the use of third-party services, and our team works together to meet all your deadlines. Anytime there's a challenge, we work with you to find a solution. We are proud to work with distributors of quality brand products with durable, ample protection from the elements for a variety of applications, including James Hardie siding and trim. Talk with us today about your project's needs, and we can help you solve all the challenges along the way.
And looks like Ian is out because looks like he did lose signal. And now we're going into the next inning. And it looks like commercial break is still on the going. And we are back from the break with that beautiful view of the coast of California here in Anaheim. It's absolutely gorgeous. And now here is Bryce Miller back. 57 pitches, though, so he's got to find a way to get an easy 1-2-3. Now here is the pitch. And that is up high for a ball, and that is going to be a 1-0 count so far. And now here is the next pitch. Now here's a ground ball foul. John Pierce, I don't know what to do as a Mariners fan. Like, we know this team's owner was never going to pay money to get a great baseball team. I know. I don't know why we cheer for them either. I mean, look at me. I could... I mean, I don't have anyone else to cheer for, so that's my rationale. And now we're looking at the 0-1 so far for Kevin Pillar. And the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? He did not. And now we're looking at the next pitch, and now here it is. And that is a foul ball. And now the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to right center field. And Victor Robles is there, and he makes the catch, and that's going to be one down. But yeah, John, I don't blame you for saying it so much. I really don't, because this team makes it very difficult. Don't they? They go out of their way. Something they're very good at is making it tough to watch. And now Bryce Miller is going against the next guy. And this is Mickey Moniak, the Mariner killer. And the pitch up high for a ball. Mariners are not going to lock up anyone. I think Julio and Castillo were the last ones they would lock up, as we are looking at a 1-0. And now the pitch. And that is a ball. Crazy to think that the Chicago White Sox are spending more money than the Mariners. That's insane to think about. As we're looking at the 2-0 so far for Mickey Moniak. And now the pitch. And that is foul ball, strike one. Angel Stadium has some of the most home runs in the league. Still confused why even that line, if not mandatory. And we're now looking at a 2-1 count. Miller with 65 pitches so far. Moniak looks like he's getting his new bat, as we are looking at the 2-1. And now the 2-1 pitch so far. And now the pitch. And that is low for a ball, 3-1. Mariners are trying to pitch around Mickey Moniak. And now the 3-1 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. That's going to be a full count, 3-2. Moniak has improved in his strikeout rates. He was 35% last season. Now he's 26%. So he's actually brought it down. And now the 3-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike three. And that's going to be another strikeout for Bryce Miller. Strikeout number 4 for Bryce, as he approaches pitch number 69 in just 4 innings of work. Now the pitch. And the foul ball from Brandon Drury. He is 1 for 1 with a single in the second. Drury is one of the worst players in the league, but looking better him old self. As we are looking at the 0-1 for Brandon Drury. And now the 0-1 pitch. And that's going to be inside for a ball. Batting 160 this season. Drury has not had a good season so far. And now the 1-1. That is up high for a ball, 2-1. "71 pitches for Miller thus far. Now the 2-1 pitch. And that is inside for ball 3. 3-1 to count. Miller on 72 pitches. I don't think he's going to last into the 6th inning at all. And now the 3-1. Low for ball 4. Take your base. Now here's the pitch. And that's going to be popped up and fouled out of play. Matt Tiasis. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the 2nd. Looks like a fan caught a ball. As we were looking at the 0-1. 74 pitches for Miller. And now the 0-1 pitch. And that is strike 2. 0-2 the count. As we are looking at the 0-2. And now the pitch. Outside for a ball. 1-2 the count. And now we're looking at the 1-2 and the pitch. Now here's a ground ball right to Polanco. Easy play, throw to first in time. And that's going to retire the side. Mariners get away with it. And we go to the top of the 5th. Still 2-1. SeatGeek is a mobile ticketing app for sporting events, concerts, and other events. They make the buying experience easier by the app ranking each ticket from 0 to 10 to see if you are getting a good deal, and you can see exactly where you are sitting. I regularly use that app, and I have had nothing but a fantastic experience with SeatGeek. Use my promo code RoofTopSports to get $20 off of your first purchase. Link to the code, app, and website will be in the description, so take advantage, and thank you. And we are back from the break. Was trying to charge one of my backup phones because I'm trying to use one of these things. Now the pitch to Luke Raley. Check swing. Did he go? He did go. That's going to be a 0-2. And Luke Raley's not happy with the umpire on that call. I know it's a bad call, but he's got to shake it off. And now looking at the 0-2. And now the pitch. That is up high for a ball. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Luke Rayleigh was really frustrated with that. It was a bad call, don't get me wrong, but you got to move on from that. You've got to move on. Like, calls are not always going to go your way. Someone's got to remind him that, hey, it was a bad at bat. Don't let it get to you. Now the pitch to Haniger, and that is up high for a ball. Dana with 56 pitches so far. He's actually been pretty efficient today. And the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. Now the 1-1. Swing and a miss right down the middle, and that is going to be a strike 2. And the pitch, check swing. That's a swing and what's a foul ball. And now we are looking at strike 2 for Mitch Haniger. And now the 1-2. And there's a fly ball, more like a pop-up, and Joe Adell is going to be there. And he makes the catch, and that's going to be 2 outs. Ron Washington is teaching the players not to care with calls. Their job is to hit and get on base. They will handle if necessary. They need to stay on the field. You know, that is good advice. That's what the Mariners have to do, is don't let bad calls get to them. Bad calls are part of the game. And now we're looking at Josh Rojas. And now the pitch. And that is going to be outside for a ball. Popped out of the catcher's glove. And that's going to be a 1-0 count on Josh Rojas. Josh Rojas scored last time he was at bat. And now the 1-0. And that is going to be a ball again. That's going to be a 2-0 count. Ron hates bad calls, but will go off. Not them. The pitch. Ball 3, 3-0. Dana's struggling to find that strike zone for Josh Rojas. He does. He may be getting tired. On 63 pitches so far. The pitch. And that time it's a strike. And now we're looking at the 3-1. And that is ball 4. Take your base. Now it's up to Leo Rivas to be the hero. Now the pitch to Rivas. And that is a strike. Or that's a ball. Excuse me. And we're looking at the 1-0, and time's been called. Now we're looking at the 1-0 for Leo Rivas. And the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to right field, and that is fouled. How many foul ball home runs do the Mariners have? They have quite a bit. Wonder how many they have. And now we're looking at the 1-1. And now the pitch. And that is going to be outside for a ball, 2-1. Rivas last 12 games, batting .367 with 4 RBIs. And the pitch. That's going to be up high for a ball, 3-1. 3-1 for Leo Rivas. And the throw to first. Not in time. And yeah, Dana may be showing his fatigue because he's not been able to find the strike zone as effectively ever since he struck out Luke Raley. And now we're looking at the 3-1. And ball 4, take your base. And now Victor Robles is going to be up to the plate, and this is a grand opportunity for him to extend this game. And then we've got the pitching coach coming out, having a meeting. Bullpen is empty right now. Victor Robles has a chance to extend the inning. Now the pitch. Check swing. Yes, he did go, and that's going to be strike 1. Don't know why he was even going for that. Batting .273 with 4 home runs and 18 RBIs. Now the pitch. And now here's a fly ball foul. Now we've got 2 outs and 2 strikes. William, how's it going? One of our beloved members of this channel. Thank you very much. If you want to join him, be a part with him, $5 a month. You can find it in my YouTube channel where it says join. And now we're looking at the 0-2 for Dana. And now the pitch. Check swing. Yes, he did go. No, he did not go. That's going to be a 1-2. Yep, he did not go. And now we're looking at the 1-2 for Victor Robles. And now the pitch. Check swing. He did not go again. And that's going to be a 2-2 count. Now we're looking at the 2-2. And now the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. And that's going to retire the side. And Robles is giving that little bit of a nod, which I wouldn't do because you struck out, had every chance to score runs. Why giving the nod?
all white meat, spicy chicken strips. Not really what I had in mind, Deadpool. Starting at $5 with brand new dipping sauces. See Marvel Studios Deadpool Wolverine in theaters July 26th. Isn't it absolutely bonkers that you can walk into a store, get someone a piece of pizza, and they will willingly hand over Reese's cups? Forget flying cars. Then work the bitter. Gotcha. It's okay. We do commercial plumbing. Too. And by your local Ford dealer, home of the F-150, America's best-selling truck.
I definitely missed that first out because my feed is just way too slow. That's how bad, I'm not saying like Root Sports, but Xfinity is. Now I have to start I have to reset my feed. And yep, nice catch by Rojas it was. It's 2-1 so far. Mariners still lead. Now here's Taylor Ward, who hit the home run in the first inning. And now the pitch. And that is up high for a ball, 1-0. And now the 1-0. Two-0 count. Swing and a miss, and that is a strike one. Sounds like for Artie Moreno, sounds like exactly what John Stanton already has. On this day in Mariners history, Adrian Beltre completed the cycle, the fourth cycle in Mariners history. The 2-1. That's going to be a 3-1 count. And now here's the 3-1. And that's going to be a strike two. And the 3-2. And now here's a fly ball to deep left field. And Arozarena is going to let it drop. And that's going to be a base hit. And Taylor Ward will get to second base. And William, it was against Texas Rangers. Didn't like the lack of effort by Randy Arozarena. Kind of just let it drop. Taylor Ward is now 4 of 12. And now the pitch going to Zach Neto. And now the pitch. And that is a strike. Now we're looking at the 0-1. And now the pitch. Oh, and that hit him, and he's going to get a free base to first. The only good news out of it is you get a double play out of it. Now you got the heart of the lineup, 3, 4, and 5. And that 3, 4, and 5, it's going to be Nolan Shanuel, Anthony Rendon, and Kevin Pillar. "86 pitches for Miller," and you would assume that this is going to be his last inning. Now we're looking at Nolan Shanuel. Need a ground ball for a double play. And the pitch. And that's a strike. And Sarah, you really do know your stuff. Without a doubt. And now we're looking at the 0-1 so far. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. Now we're looking at the 1-1 pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. That's going to be a 1-2 count. And now we're looking at the 1-2 and the pitch. And now here's a fly ball drilled to right field, but Julio is there, and he makes the catch, tagging at second. And no play's been done. And that's going to be 2 outs, but you got runners on second and third. "90 pitches for Bryce Miller, and he has probably seen enough after this one." And now Trent Thornton's in the bullpen. Don't exactly like that idea. Now the pitch to Rendon. And now here is a line drive, and that is going to be a base hit. 2 runners are going to score, and the Angels are going to take a 3-2 lead off a 2-run single by Anthony Rendon. And now it's 3-2. And Dan Wilson's coming out, and he has seen enough. Just absolutely. I mean, I actually think that J.P. Crawford may have caught that. SoFi is an online bank and a personal financing company offering financial diverse products. They hold the naming rights to the home of the Los Angeles Rams and the Los Angeles Chargers, named SoFi Stadium. They offer amazing checking and savings accounts where you can get up to 4.6% on savings accounts. There are no monthly fees to maintain the accounts, and they have over 55,000 no-fee ATMs around the United States. You even have access to a budgeting program, stock trading, and insurance programs. Join SoFi and get $25 for joining and or $25 for opening a stock trading account. Links are available in the description. And thank you. And lastly, I am not a financial advisor, so either find a professional financial advisor or go with your own gut. I wouldn't say that he pitched well at all. Like 90 pitches going into 6th, not even in the 6th inning. he had problems and he barely got away with some of those innings. So it was only a matter of time that the Mariners were going to score, or the Angels were going to score and take the lead. And now the Mariners are not even capable of scoring runs today. So it's almost like, I mean, there's people like someone that was in the comments earlier, like John Pierce. I don't blame him for saying that. Like, Mariners really make this team unwatchable. And we are back from the break, and Trent Thornton is now going to be on the mound today. He was responsible for all the base runners. It's going to be Trent Thornton in the bullpen. And that's going to be low for a ball. And now we're looking at the 0-1-0 for Trent Thornton. And the pitch. And now here's a ground ball and play to first in time. And that's going to retire the side. But damage has been done by Anthony Rendon with a 2-run RBI single. As we go into 3-2, going into the top of the 6th inning. SeatGeek is a mobile ticketing app for sporting events, concerts, and other events. They make the buying experience easier by the app ranking each ticket from 0 to 10 to see if you are getting a good deal, and you can see exactly where you are sitting. I regularly use that app, and I have had nothing but a fantastic experience with SeatGeek. Use my promo code RoofTopSports to get $20 off of your first purchase. Link to the code, app, and website will be in the description, so take advantage, and thank you. Mariners just find reasons to make it frustrating. Now you got Julio Rodriguez back from the break, as he is already down on strike 1 so far. And now here's the pitch. And that is low for a ball. And you got Dana still going up there. Pitching pretty decent on his major league debut. 77 pitches in 6 innings of play so far. And now the pitch to Julio. And that is a strike. That's going to be a 1-2 count. And the 1-2. Outside for a ball. That's going to be 2-2 the count. And now the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to deep left field. Is that still going? And it's caught by the left fielder. And I thought that was going to go. And that's going to be out. So we're going to blame T-Mobile Park for that. And that is a strike. And now the pitch. Outside for a ball. That's going to be a 2-1 count for Cal Raleigh. And a swing and a miss. As we're looking at a 2-2 count. Like, I'm going to say it. If the Mariners don't make the playoffs, and at this point, if when the 2-2, I think you got to move on from Dan Wilson. You got to move on. I know I love the guy, but the thing is, I don't really have much patience. And now the 2-2 pitch, and that's going to be a 3-2. And here is the pitch again. And ball 4, take your base. And now you got Cal Raleigh at first base. And Randy Arozarena now up to the plate. Looks like Angels are now calling the bullpen. Now we're looking at the next pitch by Dana. And now the pitch. And that is right up in the middle for a strike. Yeah, I'm afraid so. Like, if there's someone like Joe Madden or Terry Francona available, you hire them. You got to go with them. Now the 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. You can't go with nostalgia anymore. Because Mariners are milking that 95 nostalgia as hard as they possibly can. Now here's Arozarena working on the 0-2 and the pitch. And that is outside for a ball. That is going to be a 1-2 the count. As we are looking at the 1-2 so far, the pitch and check swing. Did he go? He did not. That's going to be a 2-2, but these ridiculous check swings have got to stop. It doesn't seem like Wilson, I don't know. And now we're looking at the 2-2. And the pitch. Low for a ball, 3-2. Now we're looking at the 3-2. And now the pitch. And that is strike 3 called. That was clearly outside the strike zone, but the umpire called it anyway. It was just way inside. And that's going to be 2 outs. And the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to right field and not doing anything. Joe Adell makes the catch, and that is going to retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Still LA leads 3-2. SoFi is an online bank and a personal financing company offering financial diverse products. They hold the naming rights to the home of the Los Angeles Rams and the Los Angeles Chargers, named SoFi Stadium. They offer amazing checking and savings accounts where you can get up to 4.6% on savings accounts. There are no monthly fees to maintain the accounts, and they have over 55,000 no-fee ATMs around the United States. You even have access to a budgeting program, stock trading, and insurance programs. Join SoFi and get $25 for joining and or $25 for opening a stock trading account. Links are available in the description. And thank you. And lastly, I am not a financial advisor, so either find a professional financial advisor or go with your own gut. That's what I'm using right now. I'm using a phone, my iPhone fan. Isn't that pretty cool? But this is very frustrating. There was 2 marine layer type of hits. And I wonder if fans are going to blame T-Mobile Park for that. I'll be using this fan throughout the game, at least during commercial break. And my phone's heating up the heck out. I just don't see the Mariners scoring 2 more runs. I just don't see it happening. And we are back from the break. And now we're at Trent Thornton. Now the pitch. And now here's a ground ball right to the shortstop. Throw to first in time. Now I think that was Josh Rojas, excuse me. And we've got 1 out. Going to be heading towards the top of the 7th inning soon. We got 1 out so far. And now we got Brandon Drury up to the plate. And now the pitch. And that is a ball. And going back to Gomez, Joe hated Artie and the organization. But that's the thing. I want to fire Jerry DiPoto. I don't want him anymore. And that is a strike. He made some of the worst trades in Mariners history, trading away Kendall Graveman for Abraham Toro. And then he traded away quite a bit of players. Paul Sewald, which made absolutely no sense. Yeah, Brian Wu, he got content. Now the pitch. And that is a foul ball. Sarah, I'm going to have to disagree. He's not even good at signing players either. He just makes really good low-value trades. But that's about it. And then those, quote, good low-value trades on paper don't do anything after that. Yeah, he's atrocious at signing players. He signed A.J. Pollock to a 1-year, $8 million contract. Now the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is going to be 2 down for Trent Thornton. Nice fastball, though. And now the pitch. That is inside for a ball for Matt ASUS. And that's going to be a 1-0 count. And we're looking at the 1-0, the pitch. Low for a ball. That nearly got him. Now we're looking at 2-0 and the pitch. And that is up high for a ball, 3-0. The Geno trade was really good. And the 3-0. And that is strike one. Dipoto ever comes back to the Angels, since some like him, it would have to be a specific role. But many also hate him and have to fix bad blood with an organization. Will be interesting offseason. The only thing I care about is I just want him fired. I defended Jerry Dipoto for too long. At one point, I called him Jerry Dick Poto. And now the 2-1. Or 3-1. Sorry, that's going to be a 3-2 for Teosas. As we were looking at a 3-2 count. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three, and that's going to retire the side. We go to the top of the seventh inning. It is still 3-2 Angels at this time. Yeah, Dipoto's really bad. He's like, so we're actually doing the fan base a favor? Like, who the hell says that? It's a really arrogant thing to say, that we're doing a fan base a favor by what? Missing the playoffs? Yeah, but if the money you are allowed to spend, you waste on zero production offense, that is on Dipoto, not ownership. Garver, Polanco, Pollock, and Wong. Yep, I agree. Do you know what our record is against teams with a below 500 record? It has to be horrible. Wonder if we can find that out. It's got to be terrible. And now Ryan Miller is now the pitcher taking over, and now Luke Raley takes it for a strike. And that's popped up, and nothing going to be done on that one. And that's another out. I guess here is the stats for teams below 500. And it does not look good at all. And the pitch. And that is going to be, I think that's a ball, 1-0. Doesn't really give me the totals, though. Guess I'm going to have to do it on my own hands. But I'm looking it up right now. And now the pitch to Haniger. And that is a strike, a swing, and a miss. the pitch. And that is low for a ball, 2-2. And now the 2-2. And a swing and a miss, strike three. Ridiculous swing by Mitch Haniger. Mariners are 22-46 against teams that are below 500. And it's about to be 22-47, excuse me. Now Mariners teams against above 500. Now the pitch to Rojas, and now here's a line drive, and that's going to be a base hit. 2 outs. Josh Rojas gets on base. He's actually now 2 for 2. And now we're going to go over teams that are above 500. Now the pitch. And that is a ball. Mariners look like they have a much better record against the teams above 500. And now the pitch. And that is another ball. That's a strike, a foul ball. Doesn't even include the Yankees, though. Because I guess they're not done yet. And now the 1-1. And that is going to be popped up and foul ball well out of play. I don't think this is accurate, though. Now the 1-2. And that is a foul ball. That was right up the middle. It was like, dude, it was like right up the middle. He can't even make contact. And now the pitch. That is up high for a ball, 1-2. The 2-2 pitch. And that's a foul ball. As we are looking at the 2-2 for Leo Rivas and the pitch. And that's a ball throw to second. And that is not in time. And that's going to be a 3-2. If we had Oakland's offense, we'd be a 100-win team. If we had the 2023 offense, we're a 100-win team. If we have any of the most of the Jack Sorensic years, we're a 100-win team. If we had the Robinson Cano crew, they'd be a 100-win team. Now we're looking at the 3-2 for Rivas. And now the pitch. And that is a foul ball. He probably shouldn't have swung at that one. Robles would be up to the plate next if Leo Rivas can prolong the inning. And we're looking at the 3-2. And now the pitch. Fouled again. And that's on a... this is just frustrating. Mariners literally can't hit a pitch right at the middle. And we're looking at the 3-2. And the pitch. Fouled again, and that's going to be still 3-2. And we're looking at the 3-2 so far. And the pitch. And that is strike 3 called. And once again, outside the strike zone, strike 3. And if I were Dan Wilson, maybe have a nice have a little talk with him, because this strike zone's been very questionable. Once again, another bad call by the umpire, but he is not at fault. It's the offense not being able to play around the bad call. But nah, fans will victimize the team anyway. And by the way, it's a 7th inning stretch, and everyone get up on your feet and take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, so let's root for the Mariners. If they don't win, it's a shame. It would be a shame, because the Mariners season seems to be slipping away. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Now I need have a little fan in me. And we are back from the break. People got to quit blaming just offense. We've had a good offense yesterday, and pitching screwed us. So I think it's, as of late, be more pitching. And then, you know what, Kevin, I'm okay with that opinion. It seems that the Mariners pitching only seems to take it seriously when their backs are against the wall. Troy Taylor, where was he last night? Why wasn't he used? They should use him today. Also, getting rid of Tyson Miller was extremely idiotic. And Troy Taylor is back up on the mound. Troy Taylor, the pitcher. Just to think, there are 2 more chances for the Mariners after this. 2 mistakes. 1 should have walked Rendon, and 2 should have took Bryce out. Points are to be making. And it seems that Dan Wilson just may not be enough. And once this warming up is done, I'm going to turn off this fan. And actually, I may need this fan because it's going to be a pretty long inning. And Troy Taylor is here. And now here's the pitch. And that is going to be outside for a ball for Joe Adell. And that's going to be a 1-0 count. And we're looking at the 1-0 so far. And now here's the pitch. And that is a strike this time. And now the 1-1. And a ground ball foul. We're looking at the 1 and 2. Now the pitch. And that is a ball. Yeah, I was wondering, why didn't they just call up Cole Young? Give him a shot. I mean, he can't do any worse than what this offense is. This offense is atrocious. And now the 2-2. Outside for a ball, 3 and 2. Now we're looking at the 3 and 2, and now the pitch. And ball 4, take your base. And Joe Adele gets that call. Just funny. The umpire is giving the Angels the call. But he's not giving... And I just don't even want to listen to Dave Sims anymore. I can't believe I even had the volume on. Taylor Ward's up to the plate. 2 for 3 with a solo home run, a double, and scored twice. And that's going to be an 0-1 count. I'm using this fan because it's going to be very hot. And now the 0-1 pitch. And that is a strike, and that's going to be an 0-2 count. And now the pitch. Outside for a ball. And now we're looking at the 1 and 2. And the pitch. And strike 3 called. Seems that was a makeup call by the umpire. But regardless, this umpire has been very inconsistent. Yeah, he's been a terrible umpire. But at least he's not... At least he's decisive. Got to give him that. And now we're looking at Zach Neto in the pitch. And that is low for a ball. Zach Neto's 0 for 6. And now the 1-0. Outside for a ball. And it's going to be a 2-0. And Troy Taylor's actually been struggling this inning. And now we're looking at the 2-0. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. And time's been called by the umpire. And looks like he's losing the call because he ran out of time. And now we're looking at the 3-1 and the pitch. And now here's a fly ball drilled to left field, but that will be caught by a Rosarena. And now we got two outs. And now it's Nolan Shanuel up to the plate. He's batting third in the order. And now the pitch. And that is a strike. 0-1 the count. And here is the 0-1 pitch again. And now here is a fly ball to center field, but Julio is going to be there, makes the catch, and that's going to retire the side. And excuse me while I got to go to the bathroom.
Modern Exterior Solutions is a fully licensed and insured full-service exterior renovations company serving Seattle and East Side communities. We know that a home is one of your most important possessions. That's why we're committed to providing high-quality, affordable home renovations for each customer's individual budget. We're diverse enough to meet the challenges of any project you put in front of us. Our workmanship minimizes the use of third-party services, and our team works together to meet all your deadlines. Anytime there's a challenge, we work with you to find a solution. We're proud to work with distributors of quality brand products with durable, ample protection from the elements for a variety of applications, including James Hardie siding and trim. Talk with us today about your project's needs, and we can help you solve all the challenges along the way.
And now here is Victor Robles up to the plate. Hopefully he can get something started. Trying to bunt, and that's actually going to be a strike, and that was well outside the strike zone again. And that's going to be a foul ball, and that's going to be a strike too. Victor Robles is 0 for 2. Sacrifice fly in the third. It's actually... And now we're looking at the pitch. Now here is a ground ball right to the pitcher. Throw to first in time. Kind of a lack of hustle by Victor Robles on that one. And now we got one out. And next is going to be Julio Rodriguez. And now we're looking at Julio. And now here's the pitch. And that is a strike. And the pitch again. And that's going to be a ball. And the pitch again. And there is going to be a line drive, and that's going to be a base hit. And Julio Rodriguez gets on base with a base hit. Now the pitch to Cal Raleigh. Swing and a miss, hit the dirt. And that's going to be strike one. If I'm Julio, go ahead and steal second. I don't care if the runner is... I don't care if the pitcher's a lefty. Just do it. As we're looking at the 0-1 pitch so far, Cal Raleigh batting .205 with 27 home runs and 80 RBIs. Now the pitch. And a ground ball foul. It's going to be 0-2 already. Cal Raleigh 0 for 11 in this series. It's almost like you should just give him a night off and let Mitch Garver take care of it. The 0-2. And that's going to be a ball. Another opportunity for Julio to steal once again. And this is just absolutely painful to watch. As now we're looking at the 1-2. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is now going to be 2 outs. And this is going to be up to Randy Arozarena to come up with a big hit, even though it's probably not going to happen. After this inning, Mariners are going to be down towards the bottom of their lineup with Jorge Polanco, Luke Raley, and Mitch Haniger. You're not going to really get much out of that. And the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. That's going to be an 0-1 count, 1-0 count for Randy Arozarena. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout in the 6th. I wonder what the Mariners are going to do with this lineup after this season. Now I'm thinking about that already. And now we're looking at the 1-0 and swinging him. That's a ball, and Julio steals second. Should have stole much earlier. And now that's going to be a 2-0. And Julio with another stolen base. And now they're challenging the call. Ron Washington's challenging. And if this is called overturned and called an out, this inning is over. Just like this game's pretty much over. I would say Julio is safe on that one. Yep, Los Angeles will lose that challenge. Now it's up to Arozarena if he could at least tie the game. Like, put the ball, make it a base hit, and Julio they can score with Julio's feet. Julio is 19 of 24 in stolen bases this season. And now here's Arozarena with an opportunity to pitch. Pitch out. That's going to be a 3-0 count. Arozarena is 171 with runners in scoring position. And now we're looking at the 3-0. And now the pitch. And check swing. Why did he even check swing at that? That's going to be a foul ball. Now it's going to be 3-1. Arozarena has very atrocious approach at his swing. He's very talented, but his mechanics are just way off. And now we're looking at the 3-1 so far. And now the pitch, and it's going to be a pitch out. And ball 4, take your base. And now we got runners on first and second. I guess Arozarena was playing some tricksters. Now you got Jorge Polanco up to the plate. And you know how exactly I feel on that one. especially on his right side. I think I think they should have pinched hit Dylan Moore on this one. And now the pitch. And that is a strike. You're not going to get anything out of Jorge Polanco, trust me. I think Dylan Moore should be pinch hitting. It's a much more favorable matchup. And the pitch, low for a ball. And the pitch. And that is a strike 2 on Jorge Polanco. He disagrees with that call. And we are looking at the 1 and 2. Polanco does pretty well with runners in scoring position. The pitch. And now here is a fly ball to center field. And that's going to be caught by the center fielder. And that's going to retire the side. We go into the next inning. And still 3-2. Angels lead. Jerry DePoto's got to go. Are you looking to optimize your office, studio, or man cave? The Glance LED ticker may be for you. It is a customizable LED display providing real-life sports scores, stock prices, crypto, the news, and even the weather. Use my promo code RoofTopSports to get 10% off the purchase, and thank you. Now we got Edward Bizardo up to the plate, or up to the mound. And you called up a guy with a 6.62 ERA? Really? Who makes these calls? Is it Jerry DePoto or was it Dan Wilson's idea? Why not put up Cole Young? And now here's Anthony Rendon. As he takes it for a strike. And it seems to be a formality that the Mariners have pretty much lost this game. I think the fact that Bizardo is up shows how much they've quit. And now we're looking at the 0-1 in the pitch. And now here's a liner right to Rivas. Throw to first in time. Dan's basically Scott 2.0. He's basically Scott, but with the charisma. I was talking about how good Dan Wilson was as a Mariners manager. And now may not be so much. And now we're looking at Kevin Pillar, and now the pitch. And that is a strike. And this game continues to be painful. And now the pitch. And that's going to be popped up. And Cal Raleigh. Oh, he doesn't make the catch. And now looks like he's shaken up. Looks like they're calling for a health guy. The trainer. And Cal Raleigh is kind of hurt right now at the moment. They've had to get Dan Wilson back out here. At this point, Sleepy, it's going to be about the wild card. You have to hope that the other teams fall apart in the wild card. That does not look good. Cal Raleigh crashed into that net, and it does not look good. Looks like Cal Raleigh's bleeding right now. It looks like Cal Raleigh is okay at the moment. The bleeding has stopped, and he is still going to play on. If the Mariners get into the 9th inning, and if it's still down 1 somehow in some way, it's going to be Luke Raley, Mitch Haniger, and Josh Rojas. Don't know if that's going to be enough. And now we're looking at the 0-2 so far. Bizzardo's trying to hold on to this, well, 1-run deficit, I guess. And now the 0-2. And that's going to be a ball 1-2. As we're looking at the 1-2. And now the pitch. And there's a fly ball popped up. And that's a foul. And now we're looking at the 1-2. And here's the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. That's going to be strike 3. And Kevin Pillar will go down in strikes. And now we've got 2 outs. Now we're looking at the 1-0, and that is a strike to Mickey Moniak, and that's going to be a 1-1 count. Moniak is 4 for 10 in this series. He has about, I'm pretty sure he has 3 home runs at this point. And now the pitch. And that is a ball. And the pitch. And that's a strike, 2-2. And now we're looking at the 2-2. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Down he goes. Bizzardo actually pitched a 1-2-3 inning. Last chance for the Mariners, but they're going to have to get through Joyce to do so. So it's not going to be easy. And we go to the next inning. Mariners are still down. SeatGeek is a mobile ticketing app for sporting events, concerts, and other events. They make the buying experience easier by the app ranking each ticket from 0 to 10 to see if you are getting a good deal, and you can see exactly where you are sitting. I regularly use that app, and I have had nothing but a fantastic experience with SeatGeek. Use my promo code RoofTopSports to get $20 off of your first purchase. Link to the code, app, and website will be in the description, so take advantage, and thank you. SoFi is an online bank and a personal financing company offering financial diverse products. They hold the naming rights to the home of the Los Angeles Rams and the Los Angeles Chargers, named SoFi Stadium. They offer amazing checking and savings accounts where you can get up to 4.6% on savings accounts. There are no monthly fees to maintain the accounts, and they have over 55,000 no-fee ATMs around the United States. You even have access to a budgeting program, stock trading, and insurance programs. Join SoFi and get $25 for joining and or $25 for opening a stock trading account. Links are available in the description. And thank you. And are you looking to optimize your office, studio, or man cave? The Glance LED ticker may be for you. It is a customizable LED display providing real-life sports scores, stock prices, crypto, the news, and even the weather. Use my promo code RoofTopSports to get 10% off the purchase, and thank you.
Modern Exterior Solutions is a fully licensed and insured full-service exterior renovations company serving Seattle and East Side communities. We know that a home is one of your most important possessions. That's why we're committed to providing high-quality, affordable home renovations for each customer's individual budget. We're diverse enough to meet the challenges of any project you put in front of us. Our workmanship minimizes the use of third-party services, and our team works together to meet all your deadlines. Anytime there's a challenge, we work with you to find a solution. We're proud to work with distributors of quality brand products.
And we are back from the break, and last chance for the Mariners is 3-2. He really should be winning this game. And now here is a ground ball, and that's going to get right through for a base hit. And Luke Raley gets on base with a single. And now we've got the tying run on first base and the lead run at the plate. And now it's going to be J.P. Crawford. He's going to take over. And this one's going to be for Mitch Haniger, since Mitch Haniger stinks the hole too. Got plenty of fans here today. Now Raley is leading. Wonder if he would steal a base. I would recommend it. And the pitch. And now here's a ground ball. Probably going to be a double play ball. Throw to second. And Raley doesn't even bother sliding. What a freaking dumbass. And now there's 2 outs as Crawford hits into a double play. And Dan Wilson's going to call for the challenge. I don't even know if that's even worth a challenge because Dan Wilson he didn't even slide. You got to slide that. I think Dan Wilson's just challenging because it's like a got nothing to lose kind of mentality. You got to slide next time. Like, how can you not slide is just beyond me. Yep, the fans are reacting to it, and yeah, he got to chew him out for that. That's just absolutely unacceptable. Yeah, I think he's out by a mile. But you still should have slid at that. You dumbass. Now here's Josh Rojas up to the plate, and it seemed that this game is pretty much on its formality. Now here's the pitch, and that's a strike, and it's almost like, why even hope at this point? There's nothing to be... No one, they just go by vibes over production, it seems. And the pitch. I mean, Mitch Haniger was already pinch hit. And now we're looking at the 1-1 for Josh Rojas. And now the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. As we are looking at the next pitch. And the 2-1. And that's going to be strike two. And it's game time. Mariners had a 2-1 lead. And then they completely blew it against the Angels, especially off of Anthony Rendon. And now this game's about to pretty much on the verge of its end. Two balls and two strikes. And the 2-2. And here's the pitch. And that is fouled away. And they are still hanging on. And let's try this again, but what is to try again? I mean, it's pretty much over at this point. And the pitch, and a ground ball foul again. You're going to have to put it on Dan Wilson for lack of discipline. And the fact that we're seeing a bunch of mistakes and just lazy play. And that's where Dan Wilson comes in. Like, he has to hold these players accountable, and doesn't look like he is. And the 2-2. And foul ball again. And Josh Rojas is... The thing is, like, even if it's not Dan Wilson's fault, I don't think he should be... I think there should be an opportunity for other managers to interview. And now the 2-2. And that is fouled again. And Sarah, just want to have a shout out. Thank you for being part of this show. You were a huge part of it. And I hope to see you again. And now we're looking at the 2-2 again. And now here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike three. And that is going to retire the side. The Mariners drop. A tough one. They lose the game and the series. And now with the MLB standings, they are now 5 games back from the wild card exactly. And it's going to be a lot of ground to make up once you go into Oakland. That's not going to be easy. And I think this season could be over by as soon as the end of the Oakland series. If not, maybe the Cardinals series. And then maybe that's where you can finally see if Cole Young is going to take over. But I got really not much to say. I am probably going to take off in just a few moments. Like, to say that this season is over is an absolute understatement. And I am probably just going to take off. And I just want to say thank you very much for being part of this show. Thank you very much for sticking with me. And thank you for not giving Root Sports the view. I just think that this whole Dan Wilson mojo might be coming to an end. So that's going to do it. I just want to say thank you for being on this show. I really appreciate it. And if you could just do me a favor, if any of you are still on the show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit that notification, donate to this channel by Venmo or PayPal. It's in the description, or join the membership. And I just want to say that I'm aiming to be back on Tuesday. So I'll let you guys know when I'll actually be there. But yes, thank you very much. And everyone have a good day. And painfully saying, go Mariners.